This truth is gonna be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puppies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never nobody, right? I'm the that never nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
Kanye West reveals more shady details about Diddy's SO was part of a ritual sacrifice, so Kanye West has just hopped into the conversation surrounding Diddy and the bajillion lawsuits that he's currently facing, and it looks like Kanye is not Team Diddy at all. He is now exposing some juicy insider tea about Diddy. And get this, Kanye is allegedly claiming that Diddy's alleged SAS were not just Psy, but they were part of a ritual sacrifice. Allegedly, Diddy also made an old video as part of the ritual. Wool, and you know what'll better hop onto this drama because it gets real spicy.
You can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all shut the fuck up about me.
As expected, more and more people are starting to speak up against Diddy and expose his dark and messy side, and Kanye West is now joining the conversation, and Chile, he is exposing even more wild details about Diddy. And he is not holding back. It shouldn't be surprising that Kanye is now speaking up against Diddy, because while he and Diddy used to be good friends and all that stuff, they fell out last year when Diddy didn't support Kanye when he was getting heavily canceled last year. Now it's Diddy's turn to get canceled, and Kanye has absolutely no pity for him. According to reports, he has allegedly been keeping an eye on the allegations that have been brought up against him. And I'm not just talking about the Cassie situation, because that is just horrible. He had got a lot of hate for this. Even after he settled the lawsuit, settling the lawsuit made him look even guilty, and his lawyers eventually had to release a lawsuit saying, just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially if in 2023 is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Mrs. Ventura the best, but according to reports, it's the new lawsuit and allegations that have caught Kanye's attention, because according to reports, he thinks that those alleged SAS were for rituals and for him to get ahead up in the industry and get to where he is today. I'm talking about he lawsuits brought by Joey Dickerson Neal and a woman who goes by Jane. Do they both claimed that Diddy see them in the 9S when he was on the rise of his career? According to Joey, Diddy allegedly drugged her say hair and recorded it without her knowledge when she was a college student in 1991. According to reports, the complaint alleges Combs intentionally drugged Dickerson Neal, leaving her unable to stand or walk. The suit said she left her drink unattended with him at the restaurant and afterward up. Under alleged pressure from Combs, she took a hit from a blunt. They then drove to a music studio. The suit stated when Dickerson Neal couldn't exit the car, Combs allegedly took her to a place he was staying to sedate her, according to the filing. Even worse, she revealed in the lawsuit that Diddy had made a video of him saying her, and he shared it around. Reports had it that days later, a male friend named Devontae Swing, a member of the Popular's 90 SR&B group Jod C, revealed to Joey that he viewed an adult tape along with other people. According to the suit, Joey said Swing feared his band would lose its record deal if he spoke against Combs. At first, we thought that Diddy had made the nasty video for his own twisted purposes. But according to Kanye, the reason Diddy made the video was allegedly evidence that he had carried out the SA and that a part of his ritual was done with and he could move to the next stage as expected. Diddy's lawyers denied the allegations, saying this last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. Miss Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more, but Joey was not the only one to bring a lawsuit, because according to Jane Doe, Diddy and singer Aaron Hall allegedly stayed her and her friend at Aaron's house in the 9S. She claimed that she and her friend had met Diddy and Aaron at an industry event hosted by RCA Records, and Aaron invited her and her friend to his apartment for an after-party. According to reports, while at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into being intimate with Combs. After Combs finished doing his business, Jane Doe laid in bed Shocked and traumatized while Jane Doe was trying to get dressed, Hall allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to be intimate with him. But it was worse than that because, according to reports, Diddy and Aaron then took turns to say her friend at the same time. It didn't end there because days later Combs went to the home where Jane Doe and her friend were staying, became irate and allegedly assaulted, and choked Jane Doe until she passed out. Combs was allegedly looking for the friend because he feared she would tell the girl he was with at the time. Diddy denied this, and his lawyers said because of Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. The New York legislature surely did not intend or expect the Adult Survivors Act to be exploited by scammers. The public should be skeptical and not rush to accept these bogus allegations. This was also back in the 9s, and again, Kanye is claiming that this was yet another case of Diddy allegedly seeing a woman as part of a ritual. And this time Aaron Hall was also allegedly part of the sacrifice, and that's why he and Diddy did the seeing together. But the next thing we knew, Diddy started to get dropped by his big brands. Macy's released a statement saying, as part of our ongoing review of our brand portfolio, the Shady collection has started to phase out of assortment since early fall 2023. Diddy's products are being removed and won't be available on the site. It's the course of business. Retail stores are always evaluating and deciding what's relevant to consumers. We also found out that he was getting banned by the Grammys, and according to the Daily Mirror, several Academy officials are pushing to remove the billionaire superstar from the Grammy guest list. The formal invitations go out this month. There's conflict at the Academy as several voting members do not think it would be appropriate to invite Diddy, some including several high-profile African American members fear that inviting him sends the wrong message to audiences and the charities it supports. Several publicists have asked that their artists aren't seated by him. It's a logistical nightmare, but things got insane when even his own company, Revolt TV, announced that Diddy had been asked to step down from his role as chairman of the company. They released a statement that said Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt, while Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business. This decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout this country and the African diaspora. They continued, our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt, one that is not driven by any individual but by the shared efforts and values of our entire team on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture. And that continues. This was wild, but according to Kanye, the only reason we are finding out about all this is that Diddy has gotten on the wrong side of the Hollywood elites, and they are trying to get him out at all costs. Kanye pointed out how weird it is that Diddy has been getting away with all of these crimes and how everyone who is now distancing themselves from him has always known, or at least had a good idea of, the kind of person Diddy was. But now that the Hollywood elites have taken their backing away from Diddy, everyone else has abandoned him as well. According to insiders, Kanye found it weird how Diddy got more and more popular after every alleged For example, after he and Aaron Hall allegedly say Jane Doe in 1990, Diddy got a position at Uptown Records later that same year. And then about a year or so after he allegedly Joy Clive Davis funded Diddy's Bad Boy record label, he'd been an intern for about 3 years or so and never really had a lot of experience with music or running a major label. Plus, the one time he had promoted and organized a show, it ended up in a disaster because 9 people lost their lives. So on